other hosts give their mother's advice. I've heard the marriage advice, and the baby advice, and the single, and the this, and the that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? My mama always got straight to the point, y'all. She said, put you first, all right? Before chasing after some boy or taking care of somebody else, it was important for me to make sure I was okay.
Yes.
You know, like when you get on the plane and they tell you if something should happen, the oxygen fall, put that oxygen mask on you first.
Yes.
Even before you put it on that baby, put it on you first, because you can't do no good. You try to put it on the baby and you knocked out.
That's so true. I love that analogy.
Yes.
And she would always tell me to be the best Loni I could be, regardless of whatever I wanted to do in my life. Just be great at it. That was her advice to me, and I've been carrying it since this day.
That's
it really, really is. Even my mom, she was a single mom with 2 rockhead kids, me and my brother. I remember every first Friday, she would invite her friends over to her little apartment and put us to bed. Y'all go to bed. She would call all her friends. They started playing cards. They would play the records. They would eat. They would have a good time. But that was the first time, like they used to back then play comedy records.
Oh, okay.
And people would sit around. That's when they had albums. Kids, Google it, all right?
Yes.
And that's when I was introduced to Richard Pryor. I was introduced to Red Fox. And that's, I think, is what got me into comedy and stand-up. You know?
Yeah.
And that was her little way of making time for herself. Because I remember Saturday morning, she was always happy after those parties. If she was ever grumpy, I'm like, you need to have another party, mama, you know?
Yeah, moms need time for themselves, too.
That is so true, because I've realized when I take, time for myself, not only am I a better person, I'm a better mom to my son, and I'm a better wife to my husband.
And you're a better co-host to us.
Well, thank you.
Let me say it's like anything else. You know, like if you work all the time and you never get rest, like you're grumpy. You know what I mean? You're irritated. You don't really want to be a part of nothing. Well, that's the same thing, that goes into being a mother. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get some rest at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got to feel like, I'm rejuvenated. So I can really, love on my kids the way I need to, because ain't nothing like your mama telling you, why don't y'all sit down somewhere, honey? That's because they tired. That's not cool.
Make time for yourself. And I know it's hard, but sometimes you have to do it, you know? So my question to you ladies is, how do y'all make time? Y'all busy, y'all talk show hosts, your mothers, wives.
It wasn't until I turned 30 that I really started putting myself first. I now do things because I want to do them. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know this sounds really petty and corny, but when you're younger and your girlfriends call you up and they're like, you have to come to this party. You got to come to the club. There's something going on, and you're in your bed and you really don't want to go.
Right.
Now let somebody go. I'm like, girl, it's on Instagram. I'm fine. But like any little thing, I put myself first now.
Right. My mom used to always say, it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes all the time. But you know what, Loni? I agree with your mom's advice that she gave you, because my mom, she gave me advice like that as well. My mom got married, you guys, at a very young age. She met my dad at 14.
Wow.
And then they got married at 18 years
that's
old.
My parents.
Really? Yes.
Yours too?
Yes, and the main thing she told me was, because I got married so young, I'm very happy. I had, you guys, I love my life, but I think it's really important for you to go out there, take care of yourself, and live your life. Travel the world. Do what you want to do first, before you settle down. And if you want to be an actress, go, do it. And you're not a failure unless you stay down. You can do anything you put your mind to, as long as you work hard at it.
For a lot of the single mothers, what my mom used to do, she used to get rid of us, right? When the kids are on break, she would find activities. And I understand. I thought she was really thinking about me, but she was kind of thinking about herself. Because if I get, she made me join Girl Scouts because she knew I was going to have 2 weeks to go to Girl Scout camp. And I was always wondering why the house looked a certain type of way when I got back, because she was having parties every night, probably.
No shade, they need a break from you, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.